Alhamisi.
Buya sanu manchumo ligerelia bweta TV na gosogeria ndonsi sogendete kubati mirobelio au anemono imeyeta TV ubarabu babusi chingaki abaliki baito bamangana bagadete kuyarigania kegima elio kweneke ngalia gadete kwenekiwa mo seyemo konyortolili baga diugo komanya senchira ya bene bagote bango komenta gosukurusia gotayo ndo checheragire chinsa isano chabono mambia ndo chinganeda gekeye mwigore chinsa isano namuna botambiri tuko ria Alhamisi nigo komerana na inche Cyrus Azizi me yomorobelio Kwana Etaya ase manchobulgilio konyora libaga ligo Kwana mona intwe yemo ase yemo kwabeke birengereri byao anamono goitra sensemelia yemitandao Facebook, YouTube, Twitter nabo igo chinsemo chonsi na namono goitra ase namba yaito ya 0735333000 abo aso konyora libaga liokobeke birengereri byao namono chingaki tokomerana nene sense media yenkwana ya ben seri tuko lia lero tu yaliganirie gocha goko manye gosuko kwanera igoro yomo kongo bolia bagandate kwana kigwana ne sector ye chisemi chingaki turabe tuko kwanera ingana emanye karibona a schools capitation crisis monchubulia asama tukama ga twabire tokorora gosebwango ga ntwaro chalia kisukuru wetrasa bali mwa badene chigo twaro korana meka nabo wetrasa barai babo anmono gokwanira igoro yokonyorwa yes kwa mangana ya chibesa uchase kisukuru nabo gokwanira ekero cheikirasi kisukuru chabanga chibasa kiria chitomire gochase kisukuru nigo chire chinke kitanyare goikerania amaganio ye kisukuru au nabo igo kwanyora nchiraro chiria krokende chibonete gotomero nibe echietaro kwanyora nga krokende chinde nchiri gotomero completely igati ya kisukuru echo kwanyora nga bono nigo chikotwara igasi enkongu sana so kurana kisukuru wanyoranga some levies chiria kire illegal kiangeire commento gochiase abaiboli eliokone kianga aborkiwa bala ya sikisukuru chiria ko twara bali baga lioko gendera na masoma abo na kero levies chiria mentrue ase go chiase abaiboli niko konyora abaiboli bagutwara igasi enkongu asogo ikirani gati ya maganio alia atakeire go ikiraniwa eliokone kianga chisukuru ngokora kire buya na ngo mirobeli ye chisukuru ngo ene kiwera senchira ya bene kigima mangana mange ko botekana na mirobeli ya chisukuru gose kurani successfully bokongubonde mwensi botayo sasa moyo mitandao mwanchomo ligerelia ndo chaigamo waziri bwa mangana yenibo oyo omanyekeru na John Badi nigondoche anyalikoba kako blame enselia ya osesegilia ganeta konekiwa asense ya Israel na Iran una ekikwaze kemo kiabo kelia keirere amabuta gotira igoro uchese birengo bya igoro gose fuel gokina na nigo anyareko baka gotuguterare chi claim chiaye omo bunge okiharu ndindi nyoro oyo nyarite kobaga go blame serikali ya namono asogo kina kubirengo byigoro bya mangana ya mabuta ime yense anamono gukwana petrol diesel na boigo kerosene boigo nindo chago mancho mulgiria JC ose junior JC ni gobone kare go condemn attack guchase aba judge over bails kiria na bond decisions chio chiko nyarakoba chiko nyarakoba chiko ne kigwaje jasi mwancho mulili minute judicial service commission yo bono yanyarekoba gego blame aba judge se ekibinto biri bimanyikana na chibail gose chibond echo chikonyara koba chikobekwa nigo baruete nigo barule statement yeiga anene mono kubwatekana na alianya tukoba gakoene kosinyisemo kiri kyanya nuki kya na nyuki abo asabanto emeyemo na 10 na nomo banyare koba arrested ase mangana lengete mangana lya asabasaba na nindo chaiga boigo sabasaba protesters kinsema kiti boigo cha Laikipia County abo asabanya koba released ne cash bail ya 50,000 na iyo magega yogo chargewa na mangana lengete gosaliwa kwe ekinibo kusebinto ugo macho molgeria ndo chaiga sensemo mosauli nyatukobaga goitwa asekinza mujiri kya kirenyaga kinga kichokurobekana koinyora lituko lya sabasaba nigo anyatukobaga koenigwa ase lituko lya igoro na nindo chaiga gati ya baraibe kranataro niko banyako bako bolia obotora ruime yense gati ya yanda mange ayo banyako bako bolia sekinsemo echo kya kirenyaga kingaki bare komoenia olinya tukoba ka konyara kobaga gora swalisa singaki chama chokurubekana mocho bulile boy ndo chaiga bare bwense ya Kenya William Samoei Ruto ni gondo cyanye koba kakoteba buna ni gari tayari kigima sebo choli bu mwaka wikirifu bere ni 2025 na ibere yani asenkira yo munwa we Kenya muliro go saga teba Brighton makoli asobunwa we Kenya mbombo otebanga I'm very ready for the 2027 test nga nande nabuate solid report kusura bwate roboto roikiranu nabuate kadi ya kadri report kabisa iyo chikoro kia bantu nga ninkikiria anyari koba bakorera abantu igonga nigare tayari kigima asa mangana lengete abachori bumwe akabikire fubere na 20 na isano na ibere mwancho bali boigo yo negati alegate kone kiwasense media ya mitandao ekero kobe komokia kona ko toteregati alia gedete kobwata inse kabisa sense media ya mitandao ekagara boigo kwalo challenge media mitandao boigo mangana bwatiranitie makwelia ye omo sayo mo oyo kweroka sese mitandao una KK mwenyewe nikobono abasaye banya koba bagoza sese mitandao magega yo kabero mokonyi bomura ibwense ya Kenya Geoffrey Rigathi Gachagua komomon gose komobeka sese mitandao na kolera igoro yogo sira kwaye nikabasa bangi banya koba bagwesokia na komo mocha uyo kabero mokonyi bumura ibwense ya Kenya ase okomon musayiga KK mwenyewe magega yogosira kwaye ne kinga kya bwateri bagali nene yo komo konya musayiga ekiagara nigegotebekana musayiga ari gukora chikomedi kiaye kumwega uyo kabero mokonyi bumura ibwense ya Kenya Geoffrey Rigathi Gachagua kobono gose nigari kumwega ase kirega gyo kumoikera Gachagua na kone kyanga nero bugima bwa engonchurele bure kobono ase kinga kichonsipi atanya aritiko baga komoikera kobono kinga Kenya tiko bakagosira akanyora libagali okumubeka sense mili mitandao igento na komanyiro mwancho buli likia twalire okogechi wakegima guchasa basaya bo banyariko ba komulikera chujumbe chimbe na komomocha Gachagua ase okombia omusawo iga asamatuko onsipi goika onyariko bakagosiria obogima bwaye ndo chaiga iyo nigatiari ganete kubwatanse kabisa sensemo ya mitandao mwanchumuligilia chinga kiboigo ndoche ndochaiga sensemelia ya mitandao boigo nindo chaiga mugwachimani oyomo ndoche niganyete koba jailed ase miaka 30 so komotacheranse omwana bwe miaka 12 na nigondo chaiga gotebekana nga magayo kumatekeranse niganyete koba gakumwambukeria amarwaire ande yondo cha abwatekani na maroira ria menyekanu na STI gati ya maroira ande na magega yogo nigaba baraya esokire na gotema gukwanira amangana arengete ugotekirwanse kwa bana banyaruka na mangana arengete ogotema kurwanira obwene bwa mwanya bantu kone kianga twanse subwamo kolenderana tole obugima chinga kitogendete gusuguma kabisa ime yense ito ya Kenya mwanchobuligeria karo ndigerete iga ibere isato nindo chaiga boigo yo rumora ibwense ya Kenya William Samoei Ruto nindo chagoteba nga tabuati regrets choko make difficult decisions which ase aba Kenya nemono nindo chaboni gati yali agendete konekiwa chinga kyumura ibwense agendete konekia ense ya Kenya ngotwarere obotoereru kengima moncho burgilia yo negati yali agendete konekiwa sana sesemo imitandao na soko kokunilia igorobo igati yali atwaliganirie naribuna umwaziri wa mangana yobo sombi Davis Chirchir nigo asiri tukolego ranyo orete gasi enkongu magaga yokomera no moseneta bwe county ya Nairobi Edwin Sifuna oyo oganetie koiraneliwa amaboli oboronge igoro yenchira abakoreri bwe chipara bagendete konekiwa se county ya Nairobi na tukikonyora libaga lyokoko kunelia kengese kigati yarenyete koba ga konekiwa ase chinsemo kiria chiebunge Senate boigo mwachobuligilia soko komanya toberana boigo numo waziri bamangana trade water sanitation and irrigation Eric Mugamurithi oyo boigo ikiranita se bunge Senate kone kianga kurana ligati ya mapoli koba no mwachobuligilia se chinga kechiga nigo komanya nabo kogendera gotobwatia na kurototeka timu rubili yaito sesemo yimitandao na bogo chuchu chaweka sema ito ya 0735333000 gati yekinsemo chinde na nigo turasoma rubili Kwana neta enyura kubeka ichujumbe cyago asenchirengi ya kigima elio togenda gusangamo naye nigo kungaja togara sema ya kabere ya studio sasa sekemanyelio turane komanye gati yale gendete konekigwa na mono twabekira semeza ya Kwana neta ya serituko liana tusikolanya kenje nigo kuru kwa Cyrus Azizi oyoiga no murubili Kwana Etaya na nime eta TV barabu bagusi ya sanu mancho mulgeria nigo tugo chaka na ya waterenitia mangana ya mu waziri wa mangana ya chinsi chaisiko mu prime cabinet secretary oyo boigoru mu waziri wa mangana ya chinsi chaisiko Musalia Mudavadi nigo asiri tuko ria igoro achigete ose achagete bene murobelio manyekaru na diplomacy connective oyo orengete gotinya abo mategati yense ya Kenya ne chinsi chaisiko ukona ekerekyo Musalia nigo atebete buna murobelio oyo nigo orengete gokinia birengo bibonchuleme yense arne gukwanira balia bakurwa chinsi chaisiko na kubeka biashara byabo mense ito ya Kenya chingaki abokoreri bwa mangana yobonchulia na mono asenchira yekidigitali ukwanira AI ogandete kone kwemense ito ya Kenya na numokia mwaziri Musalia Mudavadi agandete kone kia nkoboro moikerno asensema ya kaburi ya studio nigo tokumera nege ngesekia mwaziri Musalia Mudavadi.
Kenya remains actively engaged in the Global Digital Compact negotiations. Jointly, we have co-created various initiatives designed to strengthen our partnership, some of which include the following: One, we recently co-created the current AI with France to advance public benefit of AI. We established the AI Hub for Sustainable Development with Italy and the European Union to enhance resilience for our infrastructure and startups. Jointly with the United Nations Environment Programme, UNEP, and the International Telecommunications Union, ITU, we formed the Sustainable AI Coalition to ensure technology supports rather than accelerates climate change. In partnership with the private sector, we are also advancing the establishment of the region's first ever AI factory in collaboration with the Cassava Technologies. And fifth, most recently, Kenya and Albania were appointed co-facilitators of the WSIS plus 20 review process. Our Silicon Savannah is powered by over 300 startups, world-class incubators, and a thriving venture capital investment. This has positioned Kenya as a dynamic hub for multilateral engagement, digital transformation. We also host IBM, Microsoft, Google, Cisco, Oracle, and I think most of them are in this room. And we power our data centers with renewable energy. Your Excellencies, in this era of rapid technological acceleration, Nairobi's unique convergence of diplomatic missions, international non-governmental organizations, startups, multilateral institutions, and sustainable infrastructure offers an exceptional platform to reimagine multilateralism. The tech diplomacy connective seeks to harness this ecosystem to shape the norms, standards, and partnerships that ensure emerging technologies drive economic growth, social inclusion, and environmental sustainability for Kenya, Africa, and the world. Where there have been remarkable strides towards harnessing technology diplomacy, these efforts remain largely fragmented. This connective, therefore, presents a timely opportunity to align our initiatives and deliver greater value for Kenya and partner countries. The initiative positions Nairobi as a vibrant space for a global community of practice on our common agenda, a place to advance a common understanding on the risks, challenges, and prospects of emerging technologies. Certainly, through open dialogue, scientific collaboration, and real-world use cases, we can forge common ground on how technology can help solve our most pressing challenges, spanning health, education, climate action, and public participation, just to mention a few. Ultimately, our shared goal is to ensure technology drives inclusive prosperity, generates real value for business, creates meaningful jobs, and accelerates progress toward the global sustainable development goals.
Suka bosio mwancho mulili mwaziri bobulendi boime Kipchumba murukomeni nigo atebire buna nige wizara yaye ebegete omokia konekia buna omokenya konyora robulendi wanchira konde wansi wotayo ukwana chingaki aikeranete somurobelio manyekere buna jukwaa la usalama ime ya county ya Turkana murukomeni nigo ararete buna na chie kubeka omokia konekia buna chisukuru kiria chiasige twana muno asikinse mecho koigorwa kiria sasa myakabare nigo tokobana nekingese kiaye mawaziri wa mangana yobulendi boime Kipchumba murkomen.
When he came to office, ordered that we need to restore the schools that had been closed because of banditry. And a few schools in West Pokot County are yet to be completely restored, and a number of schools in Turkana South and Turkana East. As you may have seen, we have about 4 or 5 schools that are yet to be reconstructed. In this financial year, some resources have been given, and we believe that soon KDF will be given the amount so that they can work on those schools and restore them this financial year so that we close this matter. IG is working on the reform of the NPR to see how we can make it more seamless in terms of their welfare, but also in terms of accountability through the OCS, so that you don't have NPR having guns but also harming the citizens. They must know that they are officers of national government. I have been asked about the numbers that we announced yesterday by the National Police, that came from National Police Service regarding the people who died in the last, in Mandamano on 25th and 7th. First of all, let me say this, that even one life is very important. And we take seriously the question of loss of life. Some of those people who lost their lives, the circumstances are still being investigated, including a very young girl who painfully lost her life in that situation. And we want to say that nobody is intending to hide numbers. There is no value in hiding numbers because it's about human beings. And the National Police Service has as a fast and signal. Immediately an incident happens, is reported directly to the National Police Service and it's recorded. And therefore, we have, if someone has a higher numbers than us, than the National Police Service, there is no problem. These are both national government institutions. They are national institutions. And there is no reason why they cannot meet and work on tallying those numbers for reasons of accountability. So my belief is that we want to see the list that comes from Kenya National Human Rights Commission. Sometimes, you know, these numbers also mix up with people who have died on other situations, either accidents or somebody who has died out of sickness. Some may be added to the number or some may be subtracted in the numbers that the police has given. So there is, for avoidance of doubt, there's no, if the numbers eventually is tallied and it becomes 61, beyond the numbers that have been received by the police, we will say 61. If it's more than 61, we will say that, because it is not something that we are trying to hide. There is no gain in hiding the people who have lost their lives. And the circumstances under which they lost their lives, as I said yesterday, will be subjected to proper investigations. We have challenges here that are related to the refugee camp. You know that there has been shortage of supply of food and other items to the refugees, which is threatening peace within the Kakuma camp, but also at the same time, which is a challenge in terms of local community vis-a-vis refugee community. And you remember we launched a Shirika plan on 28th of March this year, which is a plan that is government plan. And the challenge with that Shirika plan is that there are many citizens who are yet to appreciate what it contains, and there are misgivings and misunderstandings that we must be able to iron out through public participation. And it is my considered view that the citizens also need to know that since it's a government plan, it's not a rigid plan, it's subject to review and based on public recommendations. Some people think that we should have done even longer and time for public participation, but we thought that starting the process was important, but revising the document as we progress, and particularly when we get proper commitment from development partners as we move from this humanitarian approach to development approach, so that local community can also benefit from it. And we need to see also how some of the refugees who come from areas that are now stable can be assisted to voluntarily go back home, so that we ease the pressure that is in Kakuma camp. We have also a bigger issue of boundaries. The boundary of Baringo, West Pokot, Turkana is giving us also security challenges, and we want to see how slowly we can work on boundary issues to make sure that our people can live in peace. Other than that, the international boundary is also important for us to safeguard our boundaries with South Sudan, with Ethiopia, with Uganda, and we want to make sure that that discussion is ongoing. It's beyond just this ministry. This is interministerial. We have foreign affairs, we have defense ministry working together to find a lasting solution insofar as boundaries is concerned, especially international boundaries.
Nchomolilio yo no waziri wa mangana yo rindi wa ime Kipchumba Murkomen na mono chinga kekira netasi kinsemo che county ya Turkana so murubuli umanya karuna jukwa la usalama wikaboni gani gatari chi county ange osugwetana chi county 10 na isano osukabose manchomo ligerelia abasae nabo igabamenyi kurwase bunge ya Bomachoge Burabu nigo besokire asuko saba mabaga yemirimo ase chiabisi che serikali elinde gokeania okoba isiko kwa basae abange abo basomete asebo igo babolirie na gusaba amagenderero ase chinsemo chonsi koebereka gotayo nigo igabamenyi kurwase semeyo ya Bomachoge babolirie abanyakonda okora emirimo eria abanyariko bakoegwa asenchera yoboikerona sasa manyakabari studio tiga tumerane no roboti ruwariganirwa na Cornelius Onyancha Mugusu
bichana mongo toira gochimega ali mwatengo egumure bigango egumure libaga ndokolinyora ero kitwali nyore ndokora kwana na intu chikura gose nindu tobwate chinyinge nindu tokoboka bulebu sitoigore birasi twake chikura wono mugambi buyamona ase libaga lia Kenya gali mostly youths barororo ase libaga elio twete mbuya ndomanyete korwe eserikali ya igoro mabaga nakete chigasi njiyo so amabaga kia gotoka tema kotorigerie bichana bagaka baiga abango bale gali babwata amabaga tigabanje koritaya batu amabaga tokole chigasi gosengaki egento kende kwagachire chisukuru nyamisojo ndoroche kwanyebekire oroche ne rororo emesa litembu mbuya segasi yogokora chipara mbuyo gotolemera mechando chipara batolemera buya makara batimba likobeka mburage gotwa matuko make yaelire nyeligere libo estima oligererio mweshimiwe kenyoreke kya nyamisaro koruwa iga paka bua ye cha seito mate etolege sunte ndune bibe ya tokororera mokondura gitana bachi chaga tenga e week material ngoja chire metie nyitere tiene kijibe sarinde jia sogete kijibe sa jia sogete material ngakietara je ground batokwanere neyo
omoisimigwa tokomusabira obuya bwa Nyasaye bomoisane atoisanekie asa amagenderero aito ase Bomachoge Burabu chipara chibe buya chisukuru chibe buya amacha toke tonyu toigu buya chinyagitara chitoke chibo torwali gutoigu buya imogwaka chikwerende chinkobi omoisigwa yotogo tebi ngogenderero buya Nyasaye gosesenie
enyoreke nkebwate riroba ka kikonanje mwesimiwa otolengeria sesekenderia atorwa na fata kaisa telate na rengeti a polytechnic youth polytechnic because we have a space ka kinekero kyokebeke into account inkoiranire ngambia mono na ende mwesimiwa asebiwa tokoleira sobo gimobo electricity nyamisaro ntobwate transformer otari kuchikoligia intobwata adcent choni se transformer otari kuchikoligia intobwata nyamisaro nyamisojo secondary transformer otari kuchikoligia intobwate transformer ere inside kona orabura koranche konya abantu abo baruse musunteime orente chiposi ne chiwaya abantu baito baro musunteime kamalanche ekyomo elio ka kinyorerende ngwata konye elio St. Peter's nyamisocho secondary tubwate pass ere grounded gaki indi tora konye keto chitwaligie pass ko welsi we gotora noni chinyange ka kyo tarwanje to konye
ate program abana bana bakoragira gaiga for information enere skuru ekorageri ekwa bana erongoli right away from ECT erongoli bali magata yabano paka grade 9 as if supporting school igabana konyara bale from grade 6 to grade 9 no bako ni ranchi gaiga bali mumbarageti was areas rogoraliga na saya are very rocky sinde chiro chimuino gali but we want to thank you so much for the work you have done to this area asoko baga chire kenyoro amini center of excellence thank you for good work and may God bless you abundantly.
Amate bwaro kanira se boda boda. Dio giri goto kaiga omugambi watu kwanera. Omorembo baraki ororekana. Ntwa bantu ba boda boda tuatebire Obadia Barongo tutam. Arambe. Teba tutam, te osoka. Arambe. umugambi bakora gote ikurunya bongari ngana ki inga ebijuju mbiro bori gabitali ngurubuya
anya kora mufado ngafado oyo kerabu fata kerabu oyo he has done wonders asebochi na bumachoge the only parish we have fata okode me na mankong na ande fata na kwa matabi ngano bwato moroberi gukwanya gitali maigaria tuwati omwesimu beko kabako eparisi aba Kristo enyagita ekanisa nile kwa Jumata abwe aba Kristo na bakebale ba Kristo ba Catholic bala na bakebale obeko kabako ekanisa kaleki
Kusuka busi mwancho mwagiri mawaziri o water sanitation na boigo irrigation Eric Mugamurithi nigo asiri tuko reigono aikenete ase bunge ye senate elio kwirana gati ya mabolio ayo aba senator babeire bagokwanera aramano gukwana ekerekyo muga nigo ayenekereti aba senator buna nigo wizara ya yebegete omokia koenekia oboikeranu wemeroberio magendero ase wizara yaye sasa mya kabere ya studio tiga turamanya ganete ase senate chika waziri wa mangana ya mache Eric Mugamurithi keranete ase bunge yo ya senate.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity and to welcome our good minister here. I want to go straight to the question that has been presented here, Honorable Speaker. On behalf of the Senator for Kitui, Honorable Enoch Wambua, to ask the Cabinet Secretary for Water and Sanitation, question number 1. Could the Cabinet Secretary provide an update on the status of the solarization plan for the Wakituki Irrigation Scheme project, as well as the reasons for any delays or challenges encountered during its implementation? B, what is the current status of the fencing plan for the initial 500 acres of land under the Wakituki Irrigation Scheme? And could the Cabinet Secretary explain the reasons behind any delays in completing the fencing? C, could the Cabinet Secretary elaborate on the overall progress of the Wakituki Irrigation Scheme and outline the specific measures being taken to ensure the project becomes fully operational without any further delay?
Honorable Speaker, honorable members, good morning. Thank you for the opportunity, Honorable Speaker, to address the House. And the question on Wakituki Irrigation Scheme is the responses are on page 5 of the circulation. And just a brief background, Honorable Speaker and honorable members, is that Wakituki Irrigation Scheme is in Seikuru, that is in Mwingi North constituency, Kitui County. And it was a project that was done in the year 2013 to 2017. The scheme was meant to cover approximately 1,000 acres. And the first 500 acres were completed. And there is mango farming in the 500 acres. The remaining 500 had suffered issues with power, but this was resolved by installation of transformers. Honorable Speaker, the main challenge here was the power bill. That is the O&M, operations and maintenance. And the bills were high because this was a pumping scheme. But NIA and working hand in hand with REREC have developed a concept note to solarize the irrigation scheme. And this partnership has done preliminary designs that will cost approximately 400 million to implement. The concept note, Honorable Speaker, has been submitted to the National Treasury for funding consideration. Honorable Speaker, on the B part of the question, where Honorable member asked about the status of the initial 500 acres of land, we can confirm, Honorable Speaker, that the Wakituki Irrigation Scheme borders Kora Game Reserve, and this exposes it to human-wildlife conflict that is expected in such kind of scenarios. And to address this, the initial part of the contract allowed fencing of the first 500 acres, which was done, but because of other challenges of these has been vandalized. Some sections of the fence have been vandalized. And the remedy for that, Honorable Speaker, is that in the concept note that has been submitted to Treasury, fencing is part of that concept note. Part C of the question, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, was to elaborate on the overall progress of the scheme and outline the measures being taken to ensure the project becomes fully operational. And Honorable Speaker, the plans to solarize the scheme as a long-term strategy that is aimed at lowering operation and maintenance expenses is on the way once funding is secured. But for long-term sustainability of the project, capacity building efforts are ongoing to empower irrigation water use associations, we call them IWA, to effectively manage and maintain the scheme. And Honorable Speaker, the IWAs have been sensitized, supported, and have submitted an application for registration with the Register of Societies. In terms of future, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, I note that the scheme has the potential to irrigate approximately 10,000 acres through a gravity-fed system. However, this hinges heavily on the proposed upstream dam called High Gram Falls Dam, and that is the long-term strategy.
Uya sanu mwanchu muriria gusuka bosio muraibense ya Kenya William Samuel Ruto nigo asemambia ya lero atarire kinsemo kya Soweto ime yomucho Nairobi elio kurototegati yemerobirio ya magendro inse ye serikali yaye ukona ekere kyo Ruto nigo aboria bamenyi abo ko babatoereru ikiagara na babange anemono ase chipara negati ya magendrande ayo abamenyi bekinseme cyo cya Soweto babere bakoganyerera sasa yakabere ya studio nigo tokomera negati ye Kwana ya ye mrebwense ya Kenya William Samuel Ruto
nja ambayo mnataka nijenge hapa Jacaranda, si ndio? Si mnataka stadium hapa Jacaranda? Wangapi wanataka stadium hapa Jacaranda? Basi mimi nimekuja hapa, sikizeni bwana, mimi niko na mpango sawa sawa, vile nimewatengenezea hii barabara sawa sawa. Mwezi wa 9 nakuja kuanzisha ujenzi wa stadium yenu ya Jacaranda hapa, na mbali na stadium vile nitawajengea shule na nitawajengea hospitali na nitawajengea social hall na nitawapanga na mpango ya kuhakikisha kwamba mko na makao ya sawa sawa. Soweto hoye! Embakasi hoye! Munanielewa? Jambo la tatu, nataka munielewe. Jambo la tatu, mimi naelewa ya kwamba bado vijana wengi hawana ajira hapa Nairobi. Ni kweli ama si kweli, my friends? Ni kweli ama si kweli? Saa hizi niko na vijana 20,000 wanafanya climate works, lakini hawa ni wachache, si ndio? Munisikize vizuri bwana. Jumatatu gani? Hii inakuja hii. Jumatatu hii inakuja. Mimi ninaongeza wale vijana wa climate works kutoka 20,000 mpaka 40,000. Nyinyi mko tayari ama mko tayari, my friends? On Monday wale mulijiandikisha, on Monday muna report kazini. On Monday muna report kazini. Nyinyi mnanielewa? Nairobi hoye! Nairobi hoye! Jambo la 4, kwa sasa hivi Tuko na vijana wanafanya kazi pale kwa affordable housing na market. Tuko na vijana Kenya mzima zaidi ya 1,300. Sasa nimeinstruct waziri wa mambo ya ujenzi na PS wake kwamba bado tuko na vijana wengi hawana job. Vijana wengi bado wako kwa dimanga. Ni kweli ama si kweli, my friends? Sasa nimewaeleza kwa miezi mitatu ijayo, kuanzia mwezi ujao, tunataka kuongeza vijana wanaofanya kazi kwa affordable housing kutoka vijana 1,300 mpaka vijana 1,600 Kenya mzima, so that vijana wajipatie ajira, wajisimamie, ndio tuhakikisha kwamba kila mtu ako na hali na njia ya kuzalisha ajira na kuwa na kazi yake. Tumeelewana marafiki zangu? Tumeelewana? Ile siasa tumesema hatutaki Kenya na Nairobi ni siasa ya ukabila. Sisi tunataka tuungane jameni. Mungu ametuunda sisi wote kutoka jamii zote, na mimi kama kiongozi wa taifa hii nitahakikisha hakuna Mkenya anafungiwa nje, hakuna jamii inawachwa nyuma, hakuna sehemu ya Kenya inawachwa nyuma. Sisi wote ni ndugu.
Daktari William Samoei Ruto uyikiranira se kinsemo kya Soweto ime ya Embakasi sokuru tutegati yemiroberio anemono ya magendero kwa gati ekire kiragandate kubaliera abakenya se kinsemo ekyo twensi ntokanyite korore gati yali ago ikiranirwa kwa guni gatebanga nari tayari sana sama temi umwaka bikirifubire na 2025 gusuka busu manchu mulgiria mwaziri bwamangana yobosombi Davis chirichiri ni gasiri tuko leigoro anyorete chinga kichinkongu kwiriria amaborio kurase aba senator aneno mo senator we county ya Nairobi Edwin Sifuna chinga kyo mo senator yo aganetie kumanya enchera ewizare yo ekonyara koba gekubara egati yemeroberio yobosombi kolengana negati yekisabu kiria kibonate gwakwa asubumanyi boigoro kona kianga enamberia nyene kiriwe go chikorosi gwanene mono ngwikirani go kire na kona kianga namba yekire go chikorosi gwa se county ya Nairobi nigo kitari kolengana buna kiria chiobosombi na boigo kona kia mirimo nkonyara kobere kigoto kelio kona kianga ogokeaniwa kumirimo ime yenseito ya Kenya kunyara likoba gego keaniwa na abasa nkonyara bali emirimo toara sesemo ya kabere ya studio tumeranenere omugaziri bwangana yobosombi Davis Chirchir na boigomo senator bwe county ya Nairobi oyo oganitie konyore gati ya maborio chingaki Davis Chirchir aikiranete bosio bwe bunge ya senate ilio kwerera nchira igwizara yobosombi gokora emirimo.
Honorable Speaker, can the CS tell this House what is the current progress of works on the Riruta Ngong railway line project whose construction was commissioned in 2023? Secondly, could the Cabinet Secretary provide comprehensive details on the rationale for initiating the project, including the source of funding, the design framework, feasibility studies conducted, environmental impact assessment, and the economic justification supporting its implementation? Thirdly, could the Cabinet Secretary provide a financial and cost-benefit comparison between the proposed Riruta Ngong railway line and the alternative option of dualling the Bomas Rongai to Kiserian section of Magadi Road and the Ngong Karen section of Ngong Road? And finally, Honorable Speaker, what is the current status of compulsory land acquisition by government for the Riruta Ngong railway line project, and how will the associated land acquisition cost affect the overall project budget and implementation timelines? I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
You may proceed, Honorable CS.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to respond. The transport sector is recognized as a key pillar and a critical enabler in achieving Vision 2030 long-term development strategy and the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. Development of efficient transport system, honorable members, in rural and urban areas is therefore key factor in supporting the country's development strategies. I wish to indicate that for this particular project, the source of funding for the project is purely the government of Kenya. The government through the Kenya Railways Corporation conducted a feasibility study that resulted in the development of Nairobi Commuter Master Plan 2019. The master plan identified key commuter line corridors for development and modernization within Nairobi metropolitan area. The key identified corridors forming the core network are Kikuyu Limuru, which is currently existing under the meter gauge railway, Riruta Thika, which also exists today with the meter gauge railway, Lukenya, Kitengela, Konza, also existing, Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, which is proposed, Embakasi Village, which is existing, and Riruta Ngong, under implementation from Riruta to Ngong. Riruta Ngong commuter line, which will be linked to the revitalized Nairobi Railway Station, is also one of the commuter lines identified as critical transport infrastructure under the prioritized integrated transport system for decongestion of Nairobi metropolitan area. The rationale, honorable members, behind preference of the commuter rail over land transport is that commuter rail is for mass transport, and therefore the carbon footprint is what we all desire today. And where one commuter train carries about 6,600 passengers, both standing and sitting, which is equivalent, honorable members, to about 460 14-seater matatus. And that is one way of decongesting our city. I have just indicated where you can get that master plan, and in today's time of technology, if you go to that site, you'll be able to see the master plan. I wish to indicate, honorable members, that for this particular project, the source of funding, like I've said, is purely the government of Kenya. Mr. Speaker, sir, as regards environmental social impact assessment study, the same was conducted in line with the Environmental Management and Coordination Act 1999. Attached herewith is Annex 2 is a copy of NEMA's license number NEMA/EAI/PSL/35081.
Senator Sifuna, do you have a supplementary question? Do you want to ask both of them now?
Yes, in fact, Honorable Speaker, I do have.
Yes.
The Cabinet Secretary has given me a 2019 report, but I was meant to believe that there was another report funded by the World Bank in 2017, a consultant funded by the World Bank that actually ranked this Ngong-Riruta line as the least priority in terms of construction of railways in this city. Honorable Speaker, I have a few issues. You know, I have publicly said that this is one of the few CSs, if not the only CS that I have respect for, because he takes his work seriously. But I can see here in his response, he has made an allegation here that one commuter train is supposed to carry 6,600 passengers, and that is an advantage over road construction. Honorable Speaker, in this same report of his, at paragraph 39, your report, Honorable CS, talks of 1,200 passengers per train. I don't know where you got your number of 6,600 passengers. And wouldn't you agree with me, Honorable Speaker, that it is not just about passengers? So the CS is telling us that 6,600 passengers is equivalent to 460 14-seater matatus. But you and me know, 14-seater matatus, 460 of them, employing 2 people each. There are other benefits of having these matatus on the road. It is not just about, the numbers that you're able to transport in one vehicle. But let's go to the answer on the comparison of the cost construction of the road vis-a-vis the rail. Honorable Speaker, there's a schedule that he has given here. So apparently the government prefers spending a total of 9.5 billion Kenya shillings to do 13 kilometers of railway from Ngong to Riruta, as opposed to dualing Bomas to Kiserian, which is a total distance of almost 24 kilometers at a cost of 10.9 billion. Waziri, explain to me as if I was a child. Honestly, if you wanted to decongest Nairobi, you want to open up the city, reduce the pressure on land. We know we have more land in Kiserian. than we have here in Nairobi. What is the rationale of spending 9.5 billion to do 13 kilometers of railway, and yet could use 10.9 to do 24 kilometers of road?
Uya sana na chinga kitogendete gukorera toswa somo timoko mwalimu no araiga elio anyoreri baga liogokwana monaye na mono chinga kitogokwanira mangana rengete schools capitation crisis na komanyanga chinga ki ekero konyoranga chibesa kinyurira se chisukuru nigo amangana gukonga sana guchasa balimu abanene konyoranga no ni mirubulio yesukuru ya kungiri yake na sabato kama yanale gukomanyanga twarorire chisukuru chikonyora chibesa use oko delay goko baro konyora chibesa kiria kimenyeke na capitation of stiase chisukuru kose karo chianyoliro naende na karo chigotomwa chatomochira ase na bank kegima none karo gotema gochia kire sabu kuno mwalimu kwanyoranga nigo chibwate gasi enkongu sana boigo chisukuru nchiro mwancho mulire kiraboni gachitaranya ko bachi konyora chibesa kurwase serikali elioko na kianga egati yemeroberi ye chisukuru chiga nkorani ere successfully bakongo bonde bwensi Etaya segekeke nigo tokumira no mwalimu magutu yogo chaiga segekeke ko nira libaga yoko semia ngakero kende nki kibonete gokorekana kiagarekere bese ko barase skuru amangana ali amanyekana illegal levies na lichigo chichia so abona sikisukuru abayibuli batwara egasi enkongu sana ase okona kianga abayibana babalende kere ko tubirwe besa bano ko nyara ko bakukuru bese yegere merubili sukuru eikerane both umwalimu na yo mwibori watware gasi enkongo gago chaiga ya tumanyinga kero kende ngaki turakore kone kyanga serikali ngotumiri chibesa kya skuru on time na boigo chibesa chisaini toskona kabona gatugukorera na kuganda somo timoko nigo tukumira na ogero Peter kurase county ya Nyamira oyo gutumanyiga tiari gendete kone kiwa kurase county yo yemo ase yemo nigo kunganjira tuomboke na kumira no muri kitogero Peter.
Mbiamano sana igiwonda se umuchu Nyamira kutoka se bunge ya West Mogiranga se county ya Nyamira litukolia lere gombwate umheshimiwa Duncan Bundi korase bunge ya North Mogirango boigo yobwateganga yokuligie kerogo kyobo jumbe aso mwaka bwechirubere na 25 nebere inyoranga litukolia igoro ntwabete to konyora ekeranya maega ya uyo kabero mojumbo mochole Mama Catherine Nyamato abeteka kora senjira yomubasokano na litukolia lero akokomanyinga nigo turabeto kubwatie ngane yo na kyaba menyi korwa se county ya Nyamira bago kwana na egati yabarai mbabe bago kwanera igoro yengane yega aiga igombwate mheshimiwa Duncan Bundi oyomo yegati yabarai babwateganga yukuliye kerogo ase bunge ya North Mogirango tyanotore gwangonga watkana na ugukwa kwaye mama goso mheshimiwa the late Catherine Nyamato litukolia igoro erebuno yo mobwabarai ingiago kwana na kiamanyete Catherine na gwekera bona iga kerokende okogani kwa gucyase serikali asokorobelia akorobelibuna abanyamira asokwene kinga emirubili abere bya karibu sana mheshimiwa
mbira mano moraria na asege station yeto Etaya TV nuna abantaba ya tigangire chinga kiechimune kiongozi kia county yetu ya Nyamira asoko teba ase familia omwesimiwa Catherine Nyamato oyo sireta se enchire ya bwango mono kiongozi geito omo subati oberega kurwanira abantu for some time back orenge omo bungo mochore ase miaka ya maega igo no mongino korira mange sana kero monta amekuwa na usuni sana Nyamira erore pare ndega Nyamira baetirichiko tonyorana nga Catherine Nyamato road ekiagara na rwandereta na rumutangani asoko rwandera mangana FGM amangana yoko sara abana abanyoroka eyo inche muno mo 70 day ngote abangane ne bibego sara umwana munyaroka igo nongo support yo mungino ngane gentara tetekia sana na ende tokotano ne byongosi bindi munabone women rep na bari bago abasubate baito bari Nyamira bari leadership bateme babwatie gente ke kiagaranto matenga abantu mbaro pado bago sara abana kebobisi egere banyare ngonde bwensi okonyorekana nege koreke aire rurichiko abe kukotini ekiara na magoso gokora omwana omunyaroke kerema
Kero kendo mheshimiwa na kiuragania barai baito kubaka no gukuiga ugochamo na kobanga ikiagera kadani no muntu ringe koreto mulembe obo mwase county Nyamira.
Catherine no mo subatio manyete egentare gokora kubwa mono ko make sure ngwikira abantange ekera abantu babwate mechando kubwana nabange namo maete chinga kichoko gasana kwaba subati nabare ko erimishana n'abasubati nchera kibwante ko gamba n'abagaka babo asenchere yo ke chingoro igo bono nare goteba ng'ebiongozi bitu biteka advantage gochamo na n'abatubwate seginyamiraga gati aba MCA no mugabana no deputy governor bachamo n'abaseneta baito asoko murero oyo ebenganere nchera yabene koreto murembe Nyamira egabana yaito seneta yaito ababunge ba Nyamira bechi constituency yaito inye ababunge baito bechi ward chete 20 bachamo kapisa asenge joko murero mongino oyo toreto murembe Nyamira baire na assembly bakoregasi na bari bakogenda national government bande baturwanire banyore binto batoroseri chipara ne seneta ito nerende turwa karanero korosiri chikoria county na barubu barete chibesa ase county ita senge cho murembe.
Mheshimiwa wikirabona igasi asanchigende ta ase county ya Nyamira igati ya okongusana igati ya MCA bali balinga ase bunge mashinani na ababale ase bunge buronge ahebuno yo mokoro ase bunge ya Nyamira inkyura kwanira igoro yengane yiga na ikiagera twatigiro mwaka oyomo
egento ndateba senge nje segieye egente getangani ngoteba inche muno yo motigange tebere ngatindi no kogoka senge nje step area omuspika etetia sogo seria chinominated chiria na abange ng'abarenge masinani egento gekorugu siasa kero muntu nabwate aki yo morenga kubwati naba muna bachiete garia mbabwate lichiko liagerete bakanda okiagera okero nabwate ste order eyagerete bakanda go support masinani lakini ekere koti ya pometi ya etinga oyo nere speaker bairanire bate bakore ebikao 8 kolengana na sheria egere bari baseriwe igongo tebanga bari mba korete good communication gochia saba nande engakino no gutekaransa bwango eri yarenge straight chiyo gikaransa bwango mugaso maragoba nonye montara taraba communicated dinga today ngo karansa sana asenge jogo ikinane gara banyore nchira yo koraki yo goseri aba asenge njo masinane barenge asenge nche koti order ncharwa nchacha korwa gaiga Nyamira nga bagendere gasi bategererwe kwanza ebare kwere chinga kiechia soko ikaransamo batige bakore gasi tiga bwana Nyabaro aire chinga kichinyinga soko reto murembe gati y'abantu aba ikianere bose nategeta ko bumuchumbe nagani ko bomugabana nagani ko bakende gionsi enseye nagani support kurwa sabanta abantu aba mbabwati ki family chiabo andako mwe musyoyo igabo gortieroni bono moseriri omwe musyo yamanya komo kenda agoro senga proti abwata urwe asenge roni ya covered esenge kwa moseria asenge akokwana kunga mukono teribuya basi korige nonesa no serikali Ruto ngomara bari ndaira baramana nobo lakini akaro korire bona igo musikeruto ebaramo nande no ematuko makeiga munanje matiangi ngo support na bokonyora matiangi orukiro orio sa Ruto ntoko mwanga wana inere nchera mo yokoreta caution barigereriko batike kurigereria kiagara nande obu mbari gotumeka nondo tagete osemboga bana igera batumuke abasarani ngasenge njogo score kiria montata gete 2027 bakorega as individually let Nyabaro with the speaker for now totaraganya tumanye gento gia koti ana kruya goteba let him do his work without being coerced tabase gotewe ntako kora tigakore gasi yaye no muspika omorio kirancha wa bunge tigakore gasi mudogo wa bunge tigakore gasi yaye kero muntu akore gasi yaye kisheria asenge ncho y'abantu baito batamagendero ekiagara toiranire mayegasara
gukora pi chinkwana birega nkyo mushimora kwana regoro ya ntobate chi ward chitabate aba wakilishi wekera bonega na ndoro chekiombe kia IBC nkia beteke gochorwa ngana onerili
egente getangani tigatotega bona IBC neron press tiga egenda speed ekero korige una bona Nyamira ntobugate Nyansiongo ward oye koti ya terminated election yomo bungo rengaria ntobwate Kerenyo ward abugase omospika Nyabaro bono nero renge abantu ramanya ngie kotiera etie kere kirangire court of appeal ntobwate bwana Osiemo osirete Nyamaya ward chigodi echi abana inchi bari baumire ntobwate watu wikori parcels chipara amache ebinte ebinge machimbo yachete asengencho mwana inchi anyoro mwakirisi nsaria akomoikera bwango bono tabwate muntu agoikera bwango that means those words igo chichandegete nchitagete development abantu abana inchi baria wako na haki kama wananchi wa Nyamira township bomwagamo Isinta and other wards in Nyamira bakora bwango bachora abantu naende nare goteya abantu baita soko korera abantu bari bachorire Nyamira ga ebe no mu MP ebe no mu governor ebe no mu ya ebe ne senator onyaye ne senator gochore na aba nchi kolegas ekiara na inji ndoroche you need to come with your scorecard onyaye no mu MCA ayoteberete
Etaya TV Oborabu Wagusi Omwanchumuryeria Vuni Etaya TV ntogendrete gukine birengo byobokorera bwito gocha semole ikena kukeirire Etaya TV koene kyabona kirumonto ingotonyorare a sorogongo Rwagusi Isako babuna togo tonyora CTV Gosede kode ya obuna botambe na bukuriska nainde ilyo tonyore Voigo na buku tomero ujumbe ensemole Ase namba yeito ere ase ETV yago Inyora Obuna bubura butua korenteire Na inde ntogendere Gokoretera Etaya TV Obura bu Wagusi
Hi everyone, on 27th of July we'll be having our Kids Festival, Fun Day and Talent Show here in Timiza Preparatory School. We'll be having very many activities for the learners like fashion show, yogurt game, balloon game, dancing competition, singing competition and very many other activities. We'll also be having these fun kits like the bouncing castles, the portable swimming pool, the water slide, the dry slide and very many other. The event will be graced by an artist from Nehema series Citizen TV known as Prince Juguna, famously known as Jaden. The entry fee is 500 per learner. No payment for the teacher, no payment for the parent. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Come on, come all.
Timiza Preparatory! Discover your best!
Edukaya Uhuru Superstores Limited Kise Wana nigo ya ihoire first class showroom Yabire ntanga nigo chakiwa Asorogongorwa South Nyanza Na South Rift Sabateja Bago chaberorera mabati au Kuruase company ya mabati Rolling Mills Nigo babuata bataramu Nechibundi bago korosire bunota keire gochora amabati ayura agachire umuche amone chinyumba chiya sara au Babuata mabati yechi warrant kure miaka 5 ebere wiki miaka 50 bunabono Chaco Grey, Tile Red, Brick Red, Sky Blue, Maroon, Chocolate, amona yanda mange Uhuru Superstores baigo nige bwathi machine kire chigo chogania erangia elio konyora erangi uganetie emanyikaine buna Crown Paint Color Mixer nigo bwate chibundi abo barakwe abo semiguri chirangi aho chakira economy kuika premium ichura nyare gwaka isiko na ime chinyomba elikorokana buya kurwase company ya Crown Paint inyora Uhuru Superstores nero yoka sorogongorwa South Nyanza na South Rift jabire ntanganiko igora first class showroom ya mabati rolling mills hama boigo gotware machine yogo chirangi cha Crown Paints emanyikanete buna Crown Paints Color Mixer korwa USA ile korenta obo koreli inka Uhuru Superstores lige gotoko mochibo songo Uhuru Complex angena Safaricom Boiga babwatu rosagia ronde ine JM Towers ijuera angena Credit Bank Kise Bakire simiase namba 011-1161-500 Gusovali kere email info@uhurusuperstores.com Uhuru Superstores, the people's choices, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibo nyumbani.
Ukisema chance data Nichua songo marara maya chiroro.
Welcome to Hurricane Academy Kisii, a modern mixed day and boarding school offering CBC curriculum at preschool, primary and junior secondary levels. It provides a serene learning environment, enough qualified teachers, modern facilities such as library, computer and science laboratories, classes and dormitories, playgrounds and accessories, and they nurture talents and excel in sports, and their scholars are picked and dropped home. To secure a chance for your child, visit us at Yatwenya, Kisii Maran Road, 2 kilometers outside Kisii town, or call 0755 331318. Hurricane Academy, the future is here.
Ina kwa bere gukurigia chibels cha mitumba au asarigori yoranyare kuikeria Mama Tifi mitumba neduka embo ukegima asomo chobosongo ya chirenkuma asokonya bells au asarigori yoranyare kuikeria mabwate bunabono jackets, school bags, mixed bags, hoodies, baby light, house towels, ebikoro tubiyabana kwikabantabane, curtains amone bindebinge. Inyura, bibyonsi nigo birasekerengo kya grade 1, kuruchise cha Canada, UK, USA amona China. Boigo, ngorobara mayigiri yogo chase bali batagetugo cha bakoro bonchoreria bwa mitumba. Nigo bagotuka Kisii Town Imperial Building, ground floor opposite St. Jude's Building.
Karibu Mama Tifi mitumba, emesigo yaitogere mesigo grade 1. Imesigo eremia na ndi mesigo tokwana na asirigorirense sana ekaroro magani kunyara toligo kwa mafundisho ngana kiwone to chake biashara bya mitumba naenda bangi siko gali nkwebuli balenga nimbwate bibesa bikeigo nkinda nyare ko bagingokora wakalibishirwa asema Mama Tifi mitumba otini chibesa chiriyo bwate elinde tunyare ko batowikaransa tunyare ko manyanga musigo kyota kere ko bagogo chakera oyurumuya ligoli eliriri kasi chiriyo bwate igobono kera nyare kana ngano bwate chiribusano elibusita tuikaransa ngari go kobolinga inkina akore
asamange bakire simiase namba 0727081605 gose 0727574835 nigo bakuigora amatukonse jeiki Mama Tifi mitumba obokoryo bya bwa mitumba origene.
HK Pharmaceutical Center ninyagitari gutumika chinjira cyekerero kumureke bimo byao na kumanya uburoire nigo babwata mariogo yemete arosirie n'ubumanyo bonene akorwa chinse cya iskobu nere ya Hong Kong, USA, Malaysia na United Kingdom. nigo bwata mariogo yabana na boigo ayabanta abanene ngorwale bara maroire buna diabetes, high blood pressure, chinengo go arthritis, cancer, chinyigo, obogomba, low libido asaba sacha na yanda manke.
Inche no manyagitari iri nikema obangi korwa senyagitari ya HK International Herbal Center sumuchuito bosongo na inde mari marwaira ali tukubwenia na ya tukurukanga lifestyle diseases use chronic diseases amarwaira ali ago swa sumubere kwanyoranga ekerobo mobwasoire nigo bokwarigania marwaira amange kwanyoranga umubere usalikire na inde twakonyira abantu abange kurwo mwaka 2011 na inde nigo tubwate chi machine chikorigereria umubere omugima ebimo byao byonsi ipi birito konyora byasoire gutwara umuchando na inde tubwata mariogo na marioga ya igaitu ni gara yemete na inde turuseti chinse chisiko ao na inde ni gara marioga rosiri no umanyi bwa igoro mono ayo akonyara kurusia amarwaira yaboniga kurwasa umubere itu yani buna bono murigereria ayande ni gagusibia manyinga ayo itayo umubere arusia amafuta ali amabeto kurukanga cholesterol ali akogoteye meki yagera amarwaira na gotonyora marioga ni gotokurusia se mu Hong Kong eyo ere ni China ayande ngurustora sensemo ya India na ayande ngurustora sensemo ya South Africa na ayande na ayita Kenya gaiga bali no kuganya wako nyore mirimo baiche senyagitari yaitu banyora maegerio egere tubwatera naso bwamo obweni abantu baitu gusi nonya nisiko yagusi
asamanke bakere simya se namba 0717176383 gose obatarire memo chobosongo ange nesteji echigari HK Pharmaceutical Center obobwenia oraigene
no tagitea satoereru ryugirita iyo erikwenyore ndagera y'umubiri ingi yakegima egotunundira kegima ubono Canvas Grill Lounge nigo yachirirwa kwa bokoreri bw'indagera bunabono mbabwate kukuchoma nyama choma kienyeji foods bunabono enderema risosa chinsaga amone chinde chinyenge ebinyugwa by'ichinchira cyonsi boiko ngoto kabire Ase Sports nigo bwate pool tables nande nkworo kibale emepira ya Kenya boika chinsa cha buraya babwate car wash ase gari yagi gusubigwa n'abataramu bekerengo kigoro na specials ample vehicle parking ebwate tight security inyora Canvas Grill Lounge mbabwate boigo outside catering services nigo bagutuko mu Chobosongo Hospital Road opposite Medifort Hospital Asamange bakire simya se namba 0743729049 Canvas Grill Lounge. Service first is our priority.
Etaya TV Oborabu Wagusi.
Uya bano na indo mwancho murigelia karibu na indime yomorbeyo Kwana Etaya na sentunda ya kabine abo wase tokereri baga twaswase Kwana ya bene nombogeni oria oraiga anmona siri tuko rero nigo tochikomurekera mangana rengete schools capitation crisis ekro tokotema komurekera ngana rya gandete kwane kiwa mense ito ya Kenya na ningikeria ke bonate ko kolekana ilio kwane kiwa ilikone kia anmono bokoreri ase kisukuru nkobore obwororo asenchira yendenga nkonyora tule egasi ngororo anamono buno moibori kwanyonde gasi ngororo kiagarege nto bonete kokora ebono koiro mwana sukuru kone kianga nkonyora ara masomo lakini yekeiga tikiri goikiranirwa ase ngenchonga chisukuru cheito squeeze capitation usikibesa kiko tomo ujaza skuru kurasa serikali kona kyo boikera nwe mirobelio nkiraba koba nkiranyara koba chiko tomwa asobwango go delay kwa beiraro na onye chiko tomwa kwanyoranga na bubona te kwanyora gusere besa gete dero kya tomirunke so na bogo sinyunga nkiyo gokora madeni abujaza skuru tononya ko introduce kento kunga illegal levies bono ko ikomo ibori aendo mubukake kona kyange skuru nkorosie ngonyora chibesa choko konya Quran niko tore na mwalimu na boigo lecturer wa university yetu ya Kisiaiga Magutu oyora iga sengencho yogo tokonya kumanya nga nikikere asichi skuru cheto karibu sana.
Ndiye mwanasisi.
Thank you so much.
Asante.
Sogeli mwancho mulili.
Ndiye mwanasisi. Wanda ile chinga kechi kwa Kwana igoro ya capitation crisis achi skuru. Asiri tana wa mito wa igura. Oya akoro ku Johnston Magutu ba. Omwalimu w'imukaki entambe. Asichi skuru cheiteni ya Kenenge. Ane university ya Kisii. Na Mount Kenya. Iko tukwanda igoro ya SEMI. Kiara tuaranyirire matukamanga. Karibu msikilizaji. Turakuanira mangana yoga.
Buya sano yo niga kwa Johnston Magutu na kwigora gotebirie na nigo turachie gukwanira igoro ya mangana lengete schools capitation na senchera ya bene kimakore kyanga kunyara turi tokoba tukumanya kelia anene mono gikunyara koba gekoene kiwa kono tutaragenda roro Johnston kwa biro kokoro dense buna egusuka ebintu mbiri miense ito ya Kenya nona ekirukoliriga asesemo ya gesiasa na bokoranga negasia nko sama tukabwango ga John twatwara kurobekana abantu bagakosana wetiraso koraswa na okarabara ibaito bagusegeta kigimanga moraibensera batete nga abantu rene tiwago ito lakini baraswa maguru koraliga tia bareba gosokya bagotebanga kero monto koraswa wika andozi nabamanyinga ko bleed over bleeding na ndo tuale osirio bogima bwao igo bado koresa is not the best solution nikige ko gara abantu baitu bako genda sikipara John
tipara ko genda number 1 is constitution lakini ndio tukira katiba yetu ya Kenya tuero sereti mwaka 2010 kiritari gento kere shortcut turate na ki na magoso ndio tukira katiba it is protected by our constitution so tari gento watera ki sa shortcut namba ya kabere ukororobekana na kukwala tire bintu bikoro kuna freedoms and rights chabere realized kurwa after independence gocha amangana yokorobekana na ro utatigaringa kirtarenga protected by the constitution okorobekana kwa tare ndo kuna multipartyism multi-party democracy okorobekana kwa tare ndo kuna the new constitution okorobekana na kwa galire binte binge byamanyikanire bitamanyikanire byarenga musunte so okorobekana there is a reason tare no okorobekana kwa busaigo kuna sababu
ngiko chikia baride gato bantu bakurubikana omorembe ayegesu kwabere Kenya myama se yagitama tukamangi nabantu batari korobekana no omorembe usina abanyanyimbo babwata mamoyo
okorobekana noko as long as called protected by the constitution ngochi bale baba nande nuratebe no bwata abantu kenyoro bale barabaya bale barababe none sukuru abana funzi bara bagota barota gete basoma pi ande baba bagota tu
gutiena
yani gutara ko kole bintu bitari byo gusoma una mwanya bantare none kure bible ime bibirikali abantu bale bale ngabanya se bible baro bale ngababe so korobeka ngo chikori kwala taki abantu bali korobeka nabo bate papo shingiya
abaturuba no batoka
abantu gete baru kurumaega bale babate birenga na mugoro kana kiba ko kukumse ndanirike songo useme kora use amaochi achaso ama waso korobeka asaya korobeka no bolia purpose ya na more especially okorobeka no post kwa wa infiltrated abantu basogime bayara basari korobeka nileta ngaki okorobeka no bantu bale ngabaya beba obyalengo o sarigeri eta so waka bali baba ata project wengi baba report na ki na baba ko aba ndaba baba chibaso imi barabake barabake lakini ile law enforcement of agencies mabanda ko apprehend baba buate batebe na bua ne bali ko na ko buata igole na baba na ki na baro no vale ngeno na vale nge bali ko stage manager and take so the law enforcement officers baba ko buata.
Thank you so much. Tera nase topiki yaito gosengwa na itu ya bene asiri tukoria rero timaiti tiganda aligeli babiri batata iganko manyigwa egere bakosoke kabisa adia egere tumanyenga bagenda te gutubwatia ari mona sesemo ya Facebook mbarabia bagaibiri satoiga egere mayungara raro totegati yemitambo kidogo ndo chaiga Christopher Tandi koroborangi Kenyambi with my wife Lydia Kerubo otabangari tamati. Have a good day. Thank you so much. Jeria Kerubonani Goroja Kotabanga listening Kurua Nairobi na my husband Ben. Thank you so much. Unis Magero Nigorocha Iga Kurua Nyamarambe Kotabanga ukundani hey omogaka matembeche kurukunga egesora Ben otukurua getare chituka neno wali meo tapanga well represented wakonindo chaiga Rose Michiemo Edelimonte kotabanga pamoja kurua Nairobi pipeline na mahappy Naftal Onyango wakonindo chaiga Dennis Momanyi kotabanga live kurua Riweri stage. Thank you so much. Singechoko baiga nigorocha kabisa Isaya Nyatundo Mosongo na nigorocha kurichi samacha Nairobi CBD ko tobwate kabisa alia sesemo ya kabire Johnston ukwa na twali kama ngana capitation kinga kingenda te ko tota babu Wilson Momanyi but meanwhile inkeke bena mangana capitation kurwa serikali uchaze kisukuru
capitation yumanete dieteri capitation ya bantu batarali manyabuyo capitation ni tiebesa umunyagitari yakwe ku mapema ontegara uyasa umunyagitari yakwe ku mapema negere directed ya somwire tali mushara umunyagitari yakwe akwewa egera shurikiro muwire per day every day
aire mapema
ego so mapema muwire mnagocha ya shurikiro muwire ina ile kuna capitation dikaba borrowed gocha education nearly that they borrowed from the medical world. The kaba borrowed gocha semina ki capitation neje be asajigo toka se sukuru mapema. Era chishuguli kana mahitaji ya mwanafunzi. Yo capitation ni wenda kwa toka sukuru mapema. Umwanafunzi atarasoa sukuru. Kile tamu itarachaka muhula itarachaka ebe ase account ya sukuru. Ero no mwanafunzi yule agoja igemanyire na wanafunzi babo toka sukuru X ebara wanafunzi 1000 ile ngachitaka ile kero mwanafunzi 200 so it is 200 times 1.
Notagitea satoereru ryugita iyo erikwenyore ndagira y'umubiri ingi ya kegima egutunundira kegima ubono Canvas Grill Lounge nigo yachirirwa kwa bokoreri bw'indagira unabono mbabwate kukuchoma nyama choma kienyeji foods unabono enderema risosa chinsaga amone chinde chinyenge ibinyugwa by'ichinchira cyonse boiko ngoto kabire Ase Sports nigo bwate pool tables ane nkworo kibale emepira ya Kenya boika chinsa cha buraya babwate car wash ase gari yagi gusubigwa n'abataramu bekerengo kigoro na specials ample vehicle parking ebwate tight security inyora Canvas Grill Lounge mbabwate boigo outside catering services niko bagutuko mu Chobusongo Hospital Road opposite Medifort Hospital Asamange bakiresimya senamba 0743729049 Canvas Grill Lounge Service first is our priority.
Etaya TV. Oborabu Wagusi.
Na nigo koigwa Johnston yari kwera iguru ya ikiriga gikorunga capitation mata bange bakometinga capitation bone ikengi gochikia na kigogo Johnston yari kwera karibu sana John restaurant kabisa bono mwanjo bulilia menyenga wakwana capitation kibasa kiko tomoka mapema umuriro na guturiti gwari kome yo ikari bwa banga bona no ikiko tumapema umuro kiwa kago chicha ochinyora
capitation Riru borrowed. Yandi kabesire. Kuruase the medical fraternity. Omonyagitari. Liminete na kichibesa chiko tumma pema aso monyagitari. Egero muriro mnagocha chibesire chiro. Talinga muriro ache abe service chitaracha. Chiko cha mapema. Muriro mnagocha chiro. And service iko takarua chibesino chikurusiwa chakoraki. Chakore service yeri. So you go to mapema in advance before a patient so the cover borrowed. The guy was saying education. The education world. The minute got chibesa chigo to mapema is school. Every university, every college. Chiacha mapema umwanafunzi atarakoraki. Atara so school abu say college or university. Chia so aroro umwanafunzi unago chibesa chiro. Egere cha mudumia echire for the interest yo mwanafunzi a student tali yo muntu uri okomo a service this for the interest of the learner in the group capitation. That's the essence of capitation. Echiko cha mapema.
Thank you so much. Kero kwenda tukande bwanga kibono tuamenye iki capitation here lakini kile singira umwali ngitotora delay samanga capitation just kisku delay nsi ko chaiga ebu ataya ya dero delay nsi minutiga budgeting the budget process a budget process and we enter kwera bwanko chiba cha be kumwa kumugima a whole year a budget yeko be kuna 30% of the budget as far as education 30% you know roje na chiba sinjiringa 30% of the whole budget. Na 60% of gross domestic per capita. Gross domestic per capita. Chipe as Jonespi, chikuru as goods and services in the country. That's how we you. 60% chiso as education. Education is priority. As a policies, in policies in Kukwanera. What is ideal? Yani kita kira ko 60%, 30%. But the real what is and what ought to be. Yes.
What ought to be? 60% of the gross national product. What is now? Vice versa. Priority one is upside down. Education in Kenya, there is priority in priority. That is the reality. Priority is upside down. That's why when you want a capitation crisis. Up to now, chibe sa chicha to school from term 1. That is chicha takero tuma. Term 1, you take about 50% of the total amount chicha takero we lana per year. Term 2, 30% the total amount per lana per year. Term 3 kiaire nyingake. I think 20%. But the boys so that as a records, those percentages in Chile. Oranya was 10%, 6%, 2%. That's why we have 18 billion arrears in terms of capitation. Yani madeni. After going to schools. It's senior schools choke. Ndura kuwa na primary schools, ndura kuwa na junior schools. So 18% averagely for junior school, for senior schools. What does it mean? The priority is upside down. That's where the
Education has not been prioritized.
Every priority to go answer. Don't go debate about the capitation crisis.
Thank you so much. Karukende ngayu muchando berete bye ngukwana kwa ringe budgeting nandi kwa bekire buya percentage fikiri kwandate buchichazi kisukuru lakini neba percentage kine okay na bachire chinke ko ikachire on time ko keso
nchiri go ikka na batoko te on time na batoko te any time nchijo echire chinsiri mono kana budgeting process ya school level te yokoragasi because yokonyora ngonya mangana wa water amacha natakirwa kanwa electricity support staff mbaro batakirwa kanwa bali board of management ya bali kine board batakirwa kanwa operation costs che school pintor those costs echigotena ebitabu bitakirwa ko do serikali ko ratumeri bitabu to schools ibintu bitakirwa some reference books abantu bakanu wafukoli asibe school bakanu estim yakanu post yakanu operation costs che school chido boni bide biko grounded bondo na surprise na barumba on the neck ya the chief executive officers which school which october by principals the surprise ke para on the neck your principal what is the principal okora you could resort to either switching off the phone go say commiss going to school at dodge suppliers. In the event of dodge suppliers, it means efficiency to recover school. The monitoring process to recover. Administration you have a very weak. Once you weaken administration, results. Quality education to recover. It's quantity. Quality education to recover. When there is no quality education, it will spill over. To what are problems as education sector? The problem is because of not only delayed capitation, insufficient capitation. Echile chinke njiri go isana. Ona chile chinke rende kange chibwento go chama pemu na nata bana ki capitation go cha mapema. Before a patient itaratoka kabisa facility. Before mwanafunzi ataratoka as institution. Inaweza tokorokanga the meaning of capitation. Once the delays, they collect some effects to the negative. But not the positive. Chama yakaleta temptations ama temwa. The principals might be tempted to go an extra mile in the total kuruguna ki levies chitatakiri. Unauthorized. Chitatakiri by illegal. Unauthorized levies. Levies chitatakiri ko authorized, yes. But you're going to give on before chitara authorized. My principal and mile answer what they have on the students in the chipasa get to carry that
expenditures
though my illegal levies, but in reality, they went to unauthorized levies. They change the principal authority from who? The cabinet secretary, Minister of Education.
Thank you so much. But then we got to get na tiganda body rakende. Do we have some disparities in the capitation funding between different regions or type of schools in Kenya? And if so, what does that one imply?
Disparities to recover. For example, these regular schools. Regular schools, you German, school chaka waida. Chaka way?
You got disparities in
the disparities as I got to diga. Kwanyora, disbursement can recover. Some schools just means capitation. To the disparity available. Yata get on your party disparity. Maybe some records in to get these ICT problems. The school means capitation. Maybe the bank accounts in Jibuya. The school means capitation. So there's a disparity. But there's uniformity in a key. In a senior school, Omwana 22,240 per year. Omwana in a junior school, I have 15,000 per year. Omwana in the primary school, I have 1,420 per year. na special schools nchiro ichi abana bari bande babwate extraordinary abilities visually impaired, mentally impaired, hearing impaired, abana mnabo the talented, the gifted mbaro bako in the special schools capitation yabonenga tibeka ni cheto koroka regular schools despite this year tayo patikera abana ki budget konyora the amount batakere kwewa in the expected maybe 5,000 they are given 1,500 like that or 800 or 200 or 270 shillings.
Thank you so much. Kuruka nanga kia serikali ya Kenya ira nyare kwa pagi kuenishuwa nga mwana kita capitation na funding ni adequate kabisa na sustain pasi kisukuru chetu.
Serikali ya dewa ntawa kora. Ebu ente kobe kaba toga alia the Ministry of Education. Babe focused. Wamanyanga ki what will drive Kenya to become a middle-income economy by the year 2030. According to the blueprint, Vision 2030 ya Mwai Kibaki. We're focusing on education, number one, funding again, as per the budget. Members of Parliament who interactive na baruwa bange, they have funded education sufficiently, so there are problems in schools, they don't understand. Because as I've told you, 60% gross domestic product, again education. 30% of the budget, national budget, again education. Where is this problem? Capitation even the members of parliament, they don't understand. The rationale, no capitation delayed. What is the problem? So I'm asking the cabinet secretary education, I'll sweep the house, sweep that house clean. Technocrats, the problem of capitation, again, what the government, their bad image. The government gets a bad image, they go prioritize education. Education goes to schools. Because the schools, they are complaining. Where are these schools? That's the budget. Last time we went to the control of budget in the Auditor General. Name is any platform no capitation the data yabana the national data no funding that system the question mark the Auditor General.
Thank you so much. John, capitation is a timeline, and if timeline is not met, serikali ya ile baga rio address amangana bona ya kwenisho ekagero mate yo ayino makoli mero mwa serikali. When your boss leaves you in suspense, it means imirime yako tabati value. Timeline neroro egere nande serikali yesokri address such issues and the reasons as to why they have not made their timeline muna serikali.
I think the problem is treasury. Treasury matter is disperse to the Ministry of Education. That connection from treasury to the ministry that take time. Now from the ministry to the banks, to the source, there take time. The treasury, to Ministry of Education, to the banks, to the schools. That's our month. So the government should find us a means, maybe. Treasury. What is the budget that has been approved?
Allocated.
To treasury immediately, to Ministry of Education. Was it direct to the Ministry of Education? So those bureaucracies, na chiko delay yaba, okonyoru kwa bokonge, ogwakaraki, ko equality some effects, which are sector education.
Thank you so much. On the same mangana iga capitation, are you assured I have no mwalimu? Kegera, ikaroko nyora dile yakoba, does it mean does transparency na accountability no hobo kumubole? Na hende kirokende on the same, do you think It is high time serikali yesoke na kuaddress mangana lingita accountability na transparency sa mangana lingita schools capitation because ekartara ko chaka joni wate bana boni kabnu mwalimu when you miss capitation o so madeni ekarwa so ira madeni no ko chaka kominyokani no monto iwa madeni kwebacha musiko toka gande sukuru orio montero kona kubwatera mirimo yao torigo toka sukuru as an head or as a principal. Do you think it is a time as serikali yesoke na gukwanira mangana lingita accountability na transparency asikibesa kigoya gisukuru
egento kiarate egento kuna capitation in schools por before 2002 before abayibuli bagarure kibesa ba facilitating into school igachika mnyore kananga abantu babako na gutumia abayibuli bana kurebesa dropouts tikabucha abana bagatema tindi ku school nyago sai kuchibesa yuka nkieka umubuli otabana kiya yabera gusiko kana ko rabko jago kora gasienda abu school wana tubwatibe tubwatibesa namba ya kabire na gote dropouts tikabucha
yeah sure
enrollment ikagenda nse crea genda nse bole kaleto busuku Mwai Kibaki mna alengo mwoga the late president Mwai Kibaki the third president agateba ika kira iteka tova 203
free education
declare free and compulsory education in the primary schools kira declare ingia aligirete monyete ega aligirete the global outlook insengi manga kiere globally ikagenda the chisa jinda kira aligirete globally akanyoranga ki ntubugate ntorgo kuna United Nations Human Rights Charter the article education is a right. That was the UN agenda. Yeah, they have education is a right. And I got African Agenda 2063. They got education, quality education, education and ICT. I got the Millennium Development Goals in Kilia, but I just sustainable development goals. A goal in the address education. The sustainable development goals. Akaligiria kuna ndora ya 2010 katiba. Akaligiria atwale vision 2030. Ya jitokobeka education, the social pillar. Ya got education in move Kenya ebe a middle income economy by the time to 2030. When we get to 2030 miaka 5. After 4 years to 2030 education
nothing has changed.
Akaligiria akanyorangaki mwakitoka kutoka education katiba ya Kenya 2010 aka make sure nero correct program immigration of the constitution akabeka article ibiralia article 43 article 53 agateba education must be free and compulsory basic education higher education basic education free and compulsory and the quality education and it must be accessible Unde bwachanye kere. Tari ngambara bakunya accessible batari ku access. Accessible basic education, quality basic education, free and compulsory. In the constitution ya Kenya 2010. Oyumwe Kibaki. Akamanya katawana ko bitie bindebyo. Ebe sa wiketo ke schools. Capitation. Akabeka chiba chialenga bi it was below 1000. Chiga chikamenjike 1400 in primary schools. 1,400 and some 20 shillings. Grabe ke bindebyo. Egere omwano ya nyole free basic education. So what the government should do? Ruto Kelaso Bugambe. William Samoei Ruto. The 5th or the 4th? The 5th president. Akate Baiga. The first thing he did, and I congratulate him. If the devil is due, let me be the devil's advocate. Agate a presidential working party. Very prominent scholars. A working party, you can report. And it lost immediately. That was in September. Before January, come report. Egateva, capitation element. And there you go to school. Ebe mapema prompt. Amen to. A report that are implemented. So what the government should do? we define is very difficult to finance basic education. Let it allow parents to participate.
Thank you so much.
In education.
In education.
Instead of saying there is free basic education. Free basic education for optics. Let it come out boldly and say, now this is now a game that has been lost. Let us have parents coming in, ekorokuna cost sharing, as it used to be, cost sharing in education. Because education is expensive.
Thank you so much.
It's expensive. We cannot leave it to the government alone. Let also parents come in as a form of cost sharing.
But parents,
because up to now, they are coming in to facilitate education.
Yes.
Yes. Uniform. So they are
in. So free is not free anymore. Okay. But
then subsidized.
Yes.
No, 2,500. In reality,
yes. Thank you so much. Karokende gatuko kore kyagara kumanya ibiro byane byarire sana. Nataka tutakwa kangana bantu bangene ko tumuchibesa. Ko sabuchibesa ngabachore gisukuru bagoche. Aba bakuru grade 9 ko sengo 10. Karali abande bakari gutumba 500 bakeribu. Inkyo ngakie kwani muchado ko transit abana ko 9 to 10.
The problem we have in Kenya is communication. The word communication, information. Bono, na bono tu wata mangana ba CPs, ba junior school.
Yes.
But I can select their schools, pathways at the schools, pathways, subject combinations, and schools. It's a process. It's not just a button away. It's a process. You have to involve all the stakeholders, or involve wanafunzi, or involve wabalimu, or involve wabalimu na waiboli. This is a new system, competence-based education. It is moving away from junior school, transiting to senior school. Abana nyabakali mutumuchibesa. Because it is about selecting schools.
Data.
The parents are there. The principals are there. It's upon these stakeholders to come to a consensus. Because it's an online process. An online process requires so these stakeholders, they discuss. Now, some teachers were calling me that the system is low. It's not peaking, it peaks at night. One of the Goroche, Mwalimu Yoramatena, Agikara, Salameria. Or colleagues here, or came in the one was 1,000. Because there are timelines there. Or colleagues here, to Kovanke. Is there a debate about it? No one to answer debating one stakeholders and requested it. I call APCD, but I call their part. I want to take a debate amount of 500, 200 shillings. There is nothing.
So that might be the reason.
Maybe the one who is complaining that understand. Maybe there are some parents, whatever, when they have been called to a stakeholders meeting,
they don't attend.
When they don't attend, one of the whatever king kicking Marco or your views, also your direction. Advice. So, education will continue.
Thank you so much.
To involve all the stakeholders. Now, to talk about involved resources are required.
Yes, going forward. What should be done to ensure the NDC Kenya to higher heights? Na get capitation, timeline in government,
education is the key. The foundation, yes. We want to kill a nation.
Kill education.
I get as education, kill education. Once you go kill education, you have So what I'm saying is this: let all stakeholders come on the board. But responsibility is same on education, with the parents, with the government, teachers, wanafunzi, the non-government organizations, donors. Let them come on the board. Again, we finance education properly. Because as at now, education is not well funded. If in Tombiri, we call it in Kenya, people are funded properly. No matter the president here said the amount of money in one trip.
It's a lot.
Mweki Bak used to work from the office. He used to work from the office. I go to me at the technique or 80-20. 8/20 means 20% effort, 80% results. He worked from the office. 20% effort, achieving 80% results. So there are things to work on, with priorities.
Thank you so much.
We're going to focus on saving the results in education, to fund education properly. And the capitation in event, support education.
Thank you so much. Yes, na Johnson niko tuwabira na Johnson ase mrubulio ananmona se Kwana ya bene mi mrubulio Kwana Etaya asuko tema kumrekera igoro yo kunyorwa wechibesa chime karuna capitation ukyase kisukuru ekyo chigo chareli merobeli menge na koirera nonye na addition of illegal levies sabaibuli kwanyoranga okorosa kwa beire mangana makongu sana bemna sana manchubuliza nchoko na kugenda kutubwati kegera aiga no borobu bwa gusinereta TV ni watu wabwatani bya yakima na Franklin Mayunga kura sema yakabere anamona ichi camera ikiga ki Ven Moriango arali sema yakabere studio anamona gose transmission kona kemaliogi ne chibicha senchira yoboikerano kegima weka lituguli yankyo asense media ya Kwana Etaya nikukuberana na Diana Komboka Gisoi kona kia oboikerano bo murubiri Kwana Etaya siri tukeliria ankyo koma no inche ndiga tukumera ziri tukoli yankyo wetera somorubiri obweri oba liesa batutwara obulgelia borobuya mangana maya na sege kirabosio eliyo kumanyirwa ngana lelegenda te koenekiwa njiri ngongor kwa Cyrus Azizi ne yegane ta TV obrabu wagusi